It. Hello.
What a makeover.
So I gave Eevee a neck.
You did something off camera?
Did a couple things yesterday off camera. So I gave Eevee a neck. His neck is just a piece of foam with little piece of like basically shoelace, but it's actually one of those lanyard straps that we have 5 billion of from different conventions. And then I cut down the side of the foam, shoved the string in there as like an anchor point. So the fabric will be stronger than the foam, not to tear. And the foam will give it strength and that rigidity so that it gives it that jiggle instead of a flop. The other thing I made is I made a handful of these little guys. I'm going to use these for part of the legs, at least the front 2 legs.
What'd you make those out of?
These were those little light up freaking wooey things that you get at like concerts or events or stuff.
And we have like 50 million.
And then I stuffed the end full of foam. Yeah, I stuffed the end full of foam and then put a piece of string in there, and then used some Gorilla Glue clear to glue in the string so that it wouldn't come out. So that when I hook this to it, it kind of will jiggle and flop around. We got our tater. And then I laminated a bunch of blocks together. So when I'm laminating these blocks, I do 2 things. One, I always use a spray foam, so one of like the gap and sealer type things. And the other thing I do is like you can actually see my clamp marks here and then up here where I had my 4 clamps on there holding this together. Because what happens is if you don't clamp it, so the foam, the reason I use the foam is you can carve right through it with a hot knife or a blade. And you like if you use the Gorilla Glue, you hit a hard plasticky spot. With the foam, you just kind of spray on a little bit of a layer, kind of squiggly on there, and then you squish them together and put the clamps on there. And the clamps are there so because that foam's going to try to expand and it will try to push your parts apart. And then also pay attention because your parts will try to shift off each other and you'll get weird angles and stuff. But this is the cheapest, quickest, easiest way to make a block the size I need it. Especially the only thing I had to buy was a can of spray foam. And then I just took a Sharpie and put it through a rough outline of what I want to get out of it. So same thing as with the head. We are just going to trace it, draw our shape one way, trace it with the hot knife, and then we will trace it, or we'll draw the other shape, and we will trace that with the hot knife. The hardest part of the hot knife is trying to keep it straight through the whole project. And not be lower or higher on the opposite side. So like this side is lower than this side on this whole front here. So I missed that. Just remember, it's easier to come back and cut more off than it is to have to reattach stuff. So do not be afraid that you didn't get all the way tight enough the first time. Little passes are not a bad thing.
Is there ventilation in this room?
Is there or should there be?
Both.
Is there? No. Should there be? Yes.
Remember, kids, always have your ventilation.
You should have a respirator on, technically. Because this stuff is, as I said last week, very toxic. Especially if you're like, all the time you end up over it, and all that smoke's going right up in your face. Yeah, you should definitely have it on then. We're almost into the rough shape. Let's see. Got a little bit more cut for the first shape.
I'm gonna mute myself here for a second. If I can get my arrow over.
I don't know if you guys hear that, the noise when I'm cutting, but it does have a nice, satisfying, like, sizzle sound that it makes. See if I get this mic close enough when I'm cutting next thing. All right.
And that should be it.
Okay. That's shape one. So this spot right here that I drew on there is just my rough estimate of where the neck's going to be. Kind of a marker for front and back. So that kind of gives you an idea of like a side profile.
Eevee's body looks like a jelly bean.
Yeah, very similar. Now I have to kind of round the ends here. So Sharpie or marker of some sort. One of the nice parts of this is it's all organic shapes. Therefore, you can just kind of rough it in your hands and then figure out the rest from there, because it does not have to be perfect. And honestly, allowing it to go fast and just kind of rough is actually beneficial to your process because it's going to look more natural. But do remember, you can always cut more off. It's a lot harder to add foam. Because like this backside, I will probably thin out a bunch more later. There you go. Now you can see we have kind of a more rounded shape to the back. Get some junk out of the way real quick here. You can see, even as thin as this is, it is glued super well, and I did not put a whole lot on there.
What did you use for glue?
So, like I was saying earlier, the spray foam.
Okay.
So. I want a much more round shape up here. So I want the shoulders of Eevee to be more wide than the back. Okay. That kind of gives us a general shape for the top. So now we have a general top profile and a general side profile. Now we can start kind of working these corners in a little bit here.
Oh, I can smell it on the other side of the wall.
And this foam is fairly durable, so it works great for things that you need to build. Demo is, I don't even know how many years old at this point, but
3?
he is made out of this exact same foam. And I've only had to do minor work to him. Yeah, a couple of times I've had to do like little like chip and ding fix up on them, but just enough to make him look pretty again because he bumped into harder objects than he was made of. And if you're looking to make something that doesn't exist, look at the animals it's kind of based off. So, like in this case, Eevee is kind of a like little fox dog type animal. Therefore, going with like a small dog proportion, something that we've all seen a bunch of times, would make it what shape you're going for. Even though it kind of looks like I'm making a duck. Okay. That is kind of the jelly bean body shape. I'm gonna short that head. The neck will go into it a little. Yeah. Now we're to the point where we kind of carving away with the knife. Sure. Cut towards your carving limit. So, stay away from yourself. If you lose it, it swings away from you.
Gotta practice safety. Oh, that sound.
Especially if you're swinging around especially with a razor blade. Razor blades are dangerous. So everyone I know has that works with these things have cut themselves with them. Do suggest if you get one of these blades, get one of the bigger ones. Like this is a Scotch one from Target. It's worth the difference. Because I have the other style, and I would not want to be doing this particular cast with the little skinny guys. It gives the rigidity of the blade, and then it doesn't on you all the time.
Fireworks are going off. Oh, I can't do that. I'm gonna take the headphones off. I can't. I have it directly in my ear. It's bothering me. If you guys ever listen to this with headphones, please, I'm sorry about this part. Unless you don't have very sensitive ears.
But not that bad of an idea.
For me, it is. So, what's going on here?
What did you do? Oh.
I hit the wrong one. Figured this might be a better look.
Okay. And don't worry about having it kind of blotchy, like that. You can see this is all kind of rough and blotchy. I'm gonna sand this in a minute anyway, even if it wasn't hidden under the fur. All that will disappear when I sand. This foam versus this foam, you're gonna get a lot nicer thing out of this foam. So if it's gonna be under like a thin fabric or something that's gonna show, I would recommend this versus this. This is gonna under like a thicker furry type material, so it doesn't really matter for either of these. But this pink foam is definitely better if you have to have it exposed or if you're putting like a really thin material on it. Yeah, anytime you're trying to do something that happens with naturalness, feed's kind of your friend actually. Because what you're gonna make it more you're gonna make like little happy accidents. I mean, you're gonna weird spots and those will if it looks too symmetrical, your mind just goes that's fake. So you want asymmetricalness. So sometimes, when the few times rushing is actually the proper answer. That and like battle damage. Because you didn't get blown up slowly. Therefore, that damage should be rough and not natural and just like asymmetrical symmetry and yeah. Want it to kind of let's see. I think I want to marker. I will be putting front legs somewhere about here and back legs something like there. So I need to make room for those. If you look at your dog or your cat or any animal like that, you'll notice there's actually where the ribs are and their leg are, they kind of just merge right up into each other. This pocket right here, where his back hind leg. Okay.
Would it be easier to do that with the hot knife or no?
That's now just kind of make it a little bit flat. So it's easier to form my into there that I'm gonna have. Roughly where the hip will go. On the front. Or this way, just kind of stab a hole in it when I get to that point. There. I'm just trying to get some rough idea where I'm going. Rough it in.
Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy.
Nice big piece off. That right there is why you're not supposed to use a razor blade with your hand.
Hey, Sewong. Nice of you to drop by.
Okay, stay long. Here we go. Now we kind of have the hip cavities for the hips to mount in. The front leg, we'll just kind of put an X there and an X say about here. And then the head should go in right about there. Let's put X there. That's going to be my next piece. I do this ahead. We're going back to hot tool. Not back on, but we're going to switch bits. We're going to use this kind of hook-shaped one. So typically use this kind of like you would a hoop tool on like clay. I'm going to use it a little more like a drill.
Now, why are you going to do that?
Because I need a hole, nice round hole here. So that I can That stinks. And you shouldn't breathe this stuff. Because its neck is supposed to go down into the hole. So it's more like that. But it needs to go a little bit deeper than that. So we bring the hot. If you're going to do a lot of foam sculpting, that's just get a good one of these. But if you're just doing a little bit, these Amazon ones are decent. It's actually fairly long. Should be good. So then that goes in there. And now we have a body that jiggles.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
The head on it. So hit buttons. I can do things. Ooh, buttons. And then, yeah, there you go. That's about how he's going to hang on there. You get the secondary motion of it when you move the saw around. So that will end up here. And then when the saw moves, you'll have that secondary jiggle along with the legs and the tail. But we might actually have it done props in here. Okay, I'm going to yank his head off. Put that to the side. We have two legs there. We'll set those to the side. I have a hot tool that's turned off. Put that right there. Pull our tools out of the straps here. Leg them up and get my pile out of the way. All right. Time to go part hunting. So I know that this door right here has three types of foam in here. So I have like a sponge. I have sponge foam. I have like a soft yoga mat. Kind of like EVA, but it's more flexible. And then I have this open cell foam, which is like what a pool noodle would be made out of. All of it is wedged in. There we go. All right. See what we got for a hit. Our leg, or get the leg. Get the whole
Those
leg out.
look like they would work.
They're hollow. They have big holes in them. They're hollow. They have big holes in them.
Oh.
Plus they're not quite just what crap on the lab when I do. Maybe we'll be right back. Maybe we'll be right back.
Okay, hi guys. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about other things or just kill time. He just said he'll be right back after these messages. I can hear him rifling through.
Big sheets. Big sheets.
Ooh.
A big sheet. This is that same open cell foam. Anytime you get a TV, anytime you get electronics, this is what it's jacket. So, how many cameras do things? So we click on buttons. I'll build that later. But we have a nice big piece, which I can probably get whole leg out. And then I could probably take the other legs that I have, these extra legs I have here. If I make the hip out of this, I can probably make the front of the leg out of that, like the bottom part. So we need marker. Protect with marker. I lost marker. Marker, where are you?
I don't know, I can't see it.
Oh, on the floor.
It took a nap.
All right. So, nice part of using the leg trunk, because I can use this and cut that like that, and cut it up a little bit like that, and then this little T-set, if I cut it off here, I can cut it open and then glue that into that string into that slit there, glue that back together, and then this piece will jiggle, and then I can hook this piece with another string into there, and the back leg will jiggle, which will give me multiple forms of movement. You can use the hot knife on this stuff. I find a blade. Just make sure your blade's long enough to reach all the way through, so you get a nice clean cut. Because you do not want to cut it like 6 times. So if you cut it single stroke, you get this nice clean, fresh edge. If you take that same foam and you just cut through a little section, sometimes you'll get little frays and little weird parts in there. Yeah, you can see it right there. See all the little fuzzies on there?
It's a little blurry, so.
But yeah, because that's single stroke, clean and pretty, and that's multi-stroke. You have little fuzzies on there.
Fuzzies.
So, there we go. Across there, that's jump. Whenever possible, nest your parts so that you use as little material as possible. That way you aren't wasting too much of your material. So you can see, this is the cut from the old one. And I flipped it over so that the opposite curve is right there. And it is kind of resting in each other so that you don't have to like drop. There we go. 2 nice Eevee puppy cops. And then I saw this nice big chunk of foam that I will use later. But those will become our hit. So now we can do some stuff like taking these front edges off. Softening up the shape a little bit here. Because legs don't have 90-degree corners.
Babe, can you catch us up for those who are just tuning in of what you're working on and what it's for?
So this is for the Ash Mash. We previously built Ash Catch the hand chainsaw. And then we built Eevee's head. And Eevee's head fits on the end of the chainsaw. And then so far we have carved Eevee a body today. And made a nice hole for Eevee's neck to fit into. So now Eevee has a body and neck. We have 4 of these little guys that I made last night. We're going to poke holes here after I do some sanding. And those will get, and then I'll shove the fabric in there so that those legs kind of hang there and jiggle. Now we are working on the back legs. So these, it's kind of a canine style leg. So these will go on like that. And then I'm going to put a little teacut in it so that I can put the other 2 of these in there. So that the legs have secondary motion on the back. So that when I move the saw and the hand around, it just jiggles. And then once these are done, we can we will be making a tail and sanding these up. But the reason I want to get these shaped first is because I need to make sure I have enough room to inlay this where I want it to sit. And that's pretty much where we are.
Is that cool, Say Wong? Are you caught up? If not, let us know in the comments. Just trying to figure out some weird stuff.
I have not figured out what show I want to use this for yet. Which con where I want to debut this. Thought about doing it for Sinister.
That wouldn't be a bad one to do it at. Gives you more time to work on it too. Which I think I might need to touch base with him just to.
And then earlier today I made more Doom parts. So that skirt that we previously worked on the show, I resewed that, and instead of sewing the hood part to it, I decided to go Velcro. So I still have to hand sew a couple parts, but I am sewing on Velcro onto it. And then I have already sewed Velcro onto the other half that I trimmed up. And it is going to just Velcro onto the inside of the skirt right there at the waist. And then it'll look like it's one piece, but I can still wash the top half. So if my back sweats through the shirt, I can wash it easy. Because anyone that's worn layered costumes and cosplay nose, they get toasty, and you will sweat.
Toasted.
Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for right there. You have kind of a soft edge all the way around, and kind of a spoon shape right in the back of the leg there, or front of the leg, and that will end up right there. And then we'll flip this, and this one goes on this side. I need to shrink this one down. Yeah, that's a little bit better shape. Be aware of where your blade is and where your fingers are. Because you do not want them to meet each other.
Then you lose them.
Or you end up with speeches. Get needles poked in you. Okay, you can really do it like pork chops. Realistically, right now, more than anything, I'm just kind of softening the corner on the back side. So, because on the backs, you're not really going to see this. So because on the isn't really necessary. But if you saw this weird hard corner against a nice round-shaped body, it would look weird. So, like, if you look at this corner stands out pretty bad. Oh, you see, it comes around and it has a hard point right here. That hard point's going to stand out. I need to re-round that. Just that quickly, it smooths it back out. So, it's there. And then we take, I'll have a pair of these up here. Okay, I think that's going to be it. Okay. I think that's going to be it. I don't think I need to add. Let's do something real quick. If I go this way. So in that case, I can get two. In that case, you get two. That's what we got to do, right? All right. So the BB is right. BB left. Okay, and now we get the grit sandpaper. Okay, and now we get the grit sandpaper. Okay, actually myself out. Okay, actually myself out. Yep. Still have it out from last time. Yeah. Yep. Yep. From last time. Yeah. All you're doing is softening up all your edges. Whoa. Also, which way you sand the ink foam? Also, which way you sand the foam? Kind of have a grain to it. It does kind of have a grain to it. And push down too hard, you will. When you push down too hard, you will rough chunks out of it. Take big rough chunks out of it. Or something that's aggressive. You can get that's 80 grit. That's not even using that's 80 grit. That's not even using super fine sandpaper. 80 grit's beginner paper. It's like just to rough in your stuff, and it already looks smooth. I'm trying to get out of this right now. Get rid of any high spots, any corners can flow together smoothly. But I don't have hard corners over here. If you look at this side, it's natural flow, kind of like a gas tank on a mushroom. If you look at this side, it's hard edges. Like a freaking transformer or something.
We do have about 10 minutes left, honey.
Okay. So this. Okay. So I'm just gonna end up doing the same thing to the whole project to get the whole thing to look smooth and clean like that. So if you look at the front up here, you can see how it's all jagged, rough, weird. And then you come to like the top and the back here. You see it smoothed in nicely, even. I will end up doing that to the entire project, but because we are running towards the end of graveyard for a thing, and we don't want to run over graveyard. Is that supposed to start at that slide?
Yeah. So I didn't edit it for other things.
All right. We will go over to this.
All right, guys. Let's just wait. I think there's a malfunction there. It's trying to play the video. I'm going to wait a moment. I'm going to let Jeff fix all that. All right, here we go. So, guys, what's coming up, not this weekend, but the following Friday, February 13th, Sack Geeks is hosting a Valentine Bingo Night at New Helvetia. It's in Midtown, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It is family friendly, so if you want to bring the kiddos, you may. They will not be served alcohol because they need a show ID to prove that they're 21. Otherwise, they can have some juice or some soda or whatever else is non-alcoholic that you allow. But it's going to have fun. We're going to have a bunch of prizes. We're going to have some crafts even because it's the night before Valentine's. And if you still don't have a Valentine to give to your Valentine, you can make something for them there. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. Friday, February 13th at New Helvetia Brewing Company. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm trying to get a bunch of my coworkers there, and we're going to make it a great night, you guys. And then that Sunday of that weekend, February 15th, East Bay Comic-Con is happening, and it's going to be in Concord, California, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. You just need to get your little bottoms on down there and see what's going on. Later on in the month, February 28th to March 1st is Stockton Con Winter at the Stockton Pop Culture Convention Center. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on. I have even heard that John Morrison, the voice of Andy himself from Toy Story, is going to be there. And hopefully, if you have those Toy Story cosplays, he wants to see them. He loves taking pictures with people that are in their Toy Story cosplays. Any cosplay, really, but he really has to think about Toy Story. He did take some photos with some Nightmare Before Christmas cosplayers before. So if you see him, tell him he said hey. because we're not 100% if we're going there or not, or what we're doing that weekend. Because that same weekend is Reading Anime in good old Reading, California. And I do hear that our good friend Sacramento Deadpool is supposed to make an appearance there. So you guys, if you want to go check him out and see him, go over to Reading Anime. I know so many choices. And to close it off, we are still on the road to 200, guys. We did a great job at VerseCon getting people subscribed. We passed out our ribbons, and we need just 20 more subscribers. 20 more. We are 180. We need you guys to spread the word and get to that 200 so we can give away so many amazing prizes. We've gotten even more stuff. We will make a post about it fairly soon of all the cool things you could be winning once we hit 200 and go live that evening.
So one of the new things we just got though is we got Pokemon Mega Blocks.
Yeah. I mean, I know Girl Mode's not currently in the chat, but she does know about it, so if she knows what's good for her, she is going to be helping us get there and be in the live to win that if she really wants to. Now, as we're wrapping things up, because our good friend Graveyard is going to be doing a show tonight. And let's see here. Yeah, in about 5 minutes, because he is going to be interviewing. Oh, let me bring up my info over here. Where is this one? I can add it. It says remove. I want to add it to stage. There it goes.
I can move it there.
There it goes. Okay, so he is interviewing Rachel M. Martins, and let me get all the info over here of what's up with her. She's an indie thriller author with works including the Poe series and Metalhead. So you guys, you want to go check that out. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now, so you can go over to They Mostly Bought Out at Night and go see Grave in 4 minutes.
And let him know that we sent you over there.
Yes, tell him that you just came from our channel and you're popping on over to watch his. It's going to be a great show. He puts on great interviews. If you don't know that, you watch him do interviews on his show, and you go over Thursdays when he helps Phil on Distance Nerding do their weekly interviews on The Build. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I know they didn't have a Distance Nerding last night because it was Philippe's birthday, so they decided to just not do the show and party on. So they will continue that show next week, and we will do the weekend update with them about VerseCon then. A lot of back and forth and finger pointing. So guys, with that being said, you ready, babe?
About the right shape.
Nice.
We're almost there, actually.
Almost there. All right.
Give us a couple more minutes.
Just a couple more. So I'm just gonna pull this thing back up, though. That way people can see that. Holy cow, that echo. I'm so sorry that we echoed. We are still working on the sound deadening thing because we're in the same room.
We did upgrade internet though, so that we can try to have a smoother stream for you guys. We're working on getting better equipment as well. It's just money, but you can see that smoothed all out. There's a little this weird rough spot back here. Put that straight up. You put that straight up. Yeah. So you can see there's a little bit of roughness back here, but that's not going to show through the fur. But you can see there's not like flat spots anywhere where it looks unnatural. I'm probably going to come across here with a quick pass, and then that will be that. But as always, remember, be a maker, not a hater.